All right, hello and welcome. We're here in Tumbleweed Park in Chandler, Arizona. Me and Moose and Diane. So we're gonna get moving today. This is our basics class for the FitEssentials. If you are wearing bands today, we've already added air. So either add that now. If you're on the recording, go ahead and press pause. And then when you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and start seated. We're gonna do just a little bit of breathing from seated, and then we'll be coming on up to standing, working some monster walks and a little bit of balance practice today. So keep that in mind. If you wanna set yourself up kind of like near a wall, or somewhere that you can help with that balance. Otherwise, go ahead and come to seated when you're ready. We're gonna do our seated cat-cow to begin. So when you do come to seated, come right to the edge of the chair, sit up nice and tall, drawing your stomach in. Then we're gonna place one hand at the bottom of each thigh. From here, as you exhale, you're gonna draw your stomach in, roll your shoulders forward and bow your head down. And as you inhale, sitting tall, squeeze those shoulders back, looking up and forward. 4 more times. Breathing out, chin in, breathing in, sitting tall. Nice. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, one more time. Bowing down, draw that chin in. And sitting tall, pull those shoulders back. And when you're ready, go ahead and relax there. Very nice. From here, one more stretch from seated. We're gonna raise your arms up to overhead, and then a little side bend here from seated. Reach your arms one way, side bend the body, back to center, and same thing other way. Nice long side stretch. Good. One more time each way. Back to center. And stretching it out. Fantastic. All right, shake out those arms, and when you're ready, go ahead and make your way up to standing. As you come up to standing, I'm just gonna readjust this computer. We're gonna start with some hip circles next, and then we'll make our way into our monster walk. So hands on the hips, feet about hip width apart, and then it's a nice gentle circle, circling through those hips. And take it the other direction, nice and smooth. Very good. All right, from here, kind of position yourself so you have as much of a straightaway as you can. We're gonna start with our wide base stance for the monster walk, going forward and then backwards only as you feel comfortable. You can also just simply turn it around if you don't feel comfortable to walk forwards. Otherwise, draw the belly in, soft bend those knees, arms reach out to the side, and you're gonna really exaggerate stepping from the heel, rolling towards that big toe. So lift the toes up, place the heel down, and then roll it forward, try to push that heel down. 2, 3 steps forward, and then either turn it around or standing tall if it helps with your balance. When you step backwards, you're gonna do just the opposite, meaning ball of the foot into the heel. We're halfway through, keeping those shoulders squeezing back, down out of those ears. Just holding that little mini squat throughout. Very good. Forward and back. Very nice. There's a little bit of a burn in those legs, holding that little quarter squat. 10 seconds left. I'm gonna do a little bit of stretching. More mobility work than stretching. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Standing tall. Just keeping those feet about hip width apart, drawing the stomach in. And then just nice and smooth, starting with our tree branch arms, flowing those arms side to side. Very good. You can start to let the hands lightly tap the torso, front of the torso, and back of the torso. Turning through the head and neck if you feel comfortable to do so. Try to exhale with that tap. Good, couple more. And then slowly return back to those tree branch arms. Good. And then gradually bring it down to a stop. Fantastic. All right, we're getting ready for round 2. On round 2, we're gonna go from the monster walk to walk the line. So for walk the line, you're gonna stand tall, eyes looking forward, and then you're gonna step as if you're walking on a balance beam. So stepping one foot as close in front of the other as you can. Whoop, there goes my balance. Keeping those arms nice and wide. And then your choice on if you feel like you can walk backwards. Maybe walk the line backwards is a little bit too tricky. You want to keep your feet hip width apart or turn it around. If you do feel ready for that extra challenge, you can step back as if you're on the balance beam as well. Ball the foot into the heel on the backwards walk. Heel towards the big toe on that forward walk. Nice. Whoop. Nice and patient. Whole time we're working on our balance, you want to focus on pulling that stomach up and in and squeezing those shoulders back. 10 seconds left. Good. And 3, 2, 1, and take a rest there. Relax those arms down. We're gonna do our standing toe touch next. So if you feel a little bit uncertain, stand near a wall or a door frame, walking the feet in so those toes are pointing forward. Just a little bend in the knees, and then I want you to draw your stomach in, hands on the thighs, bow the head down, and just nice and controlled, slowly lower your hands down towards the feet. Just far enough to get a little stretch into the back of the body. Breathe a couple times into your back. And then when you're ready, start to slowly come back up to standing. And standing nice and tall. Good. Gentle little hip rock side to side. We're going to get ready for round 3. And now on round 3, we're going to work on some lateral steps. So working on walking sideways, okay? So for the lateral steps, the first half, we're just going to do the side step where you step out, open the arms, step in, close the arms. Step out, open, step in, close. Join me when you're ready. The second 30 seconds, I'll give you the option to practice a crossover if you want the extra challenge. So between 3 and 5 steps one way, and then 3 and 5 steps the other. Side step, good. Open the hands and close the arms. Nice. Open on the step out, close on the step in. Open on the step out, close on the step in. Fantastic. Second half, just the front foot, you can cross in front and then uncross. Cross the front foot and then uncross. Maybe 3 steps one way, and then we bring it back. Just the front cross. If you know that grapevine, we're just working on the front step. Fantastic. Good. Maybe one more time each way, 3 steps each way. Cross in front, uncrossing, working that agility and that coordination. And then the 3 steps back to the start. We'll be all done here. Very good. Nice, good control, moving well, Shirley. And shake it out. Nice job, Diane. All right, let's grab a drink. We're gonna do a stretch for the hip flexors, and then we'll be getting ready for our next circuit. All right, hip flexors, also known as like the front of our hips here. So for this hip flexor stretch, we're gonna stagger the feet. I'm gonna invite you to step your right foot forward, left foot back. You don't need to bark at us. And then rock that heel down, draw the stomach in. We're gonna go into our I Dream of Genie Arms, meaning you're gonna cross your arms up and over those shoulders. Rock the hips back, rock the hips forward, lift the arms, and then turn that body. Most, not the time. Breathing nice and deep, squeeze that back glute. And relax, good job. Rest those arms down. We're gonna go one more time on this side. Hips back, hips forward, raise the arms, and turn the body. Keep squeezing that back glute. Moose. Oh yeah, you're frisky. Couple of breaths there. I got Moose tied to the wagon here. 2, 1, and rest, and then we'll get ready for the same thing on the other side. So now the left foot stays forward, the right foot steps back, keeping your feet hip width apart, coming back into those I Dream of Genie Arms. Rock the hips back, push that back hip forward, raise those arms up, lifting through the chest, and then turning towards that front leg. Eyes turn as well. Hey, yeah, we know you're there. We know you're there. A little demanding puppy at times. Go ahead and uncurl, relax the arms down. One more time there, hips back, hips forward. Breathe in as you raise the arms, lift the chest, and then turn that body once again. Try to flex that back hip. Moose, you don't need to talk to that dog. I know that you have other plans, but preferably don't bark. And shake it out. Go ahead and rest. Nice job, everybody. All right. So let's go ahead and take a seat for a second. I want to do another stretch from seated. And then our next exercise, we're going to be working our deadlift pattern, that hinging motion. Stinker. All right, as you come to seated, we're going to do that cross body toe touch. So you're going to take the hand of your left hand, kind of hold onto the seat of your chair, sit right up on those sit bones, take the right hand to the left knee, draw your stomach in as you slide the hand down that outer shin. So you should feel the stretch on the right side of your body. Breathe in that area that you feel that tension. One more breath. And then come on up. Same thing on the other side. So reestablish that posture. Sit up nice and tall. Now the left hand towards the right knee. Bowing down and sliding down that outer shin. Breathing here, get a nice strong stretch. And then when you're ready, making your way back up to standing. All right, nice work. Coming back up to your feet. And find a light to moderate weight that you want to start with. We're going to be working at deadlift position, lowering the weight right between the legs. So as you pick your weight up, you're going to walk those feet so that they're just about hip width apart. Take note of what's going on at your lower core, your lower belly. Sometimes those hips will roll forward. So rock the hips back, draw the stomach in, and then squeeze your shoulders back and down. From here, when you're ready, you're going to hold the weight close, send the hips back, push your knees out, lower it down right between the legs or right on the sides of the ankles, and then standing tall. Breathing in as you lower down with control, looking down, and then breathing out as you stand. Nice, Shirley. Good. Standing tall all the way up, and then all the way down. As you stand up, squeeze the back of your body, stack your shoulders right over top of the hips. Very good. Over, up. Kind of a nice stretch too as you lower that weight down to the floor, pushing your knees out, bowing the head down, and standing tall. Very good. 15 seconds left. Moving with control. Straight arms as you lower it down. Straight arms as you stand. Squeeze the booty as you stand all the way up. Maybe one more time. Control and stand. And now as you go to set this weight down, if you're going to set it on the ground, maybe you're going to set it on your table. But if you set it on the ground, practice those same mechanics. Very good. Set it on down. Clear your space. We're going to work our windmill next. So you're going to walk those feet outside the hips. Once you establish a nice bend in those knees, draw the belly in. Breathe in as you reach those arms out to the sides. And now still practice that hinging position. You're going to reach your hand towards the opposite knee to start. If you want to reach a little bit lower, if you want to reach towards the shin or the ankle, you're welcome to it. But I want to make sure you stand all the way up. Squeeze the shoulders back. Establish that upright posture. Firing the back of the body. Good. Breathing in as you lower down. Breathing out as you stand tall. Let's get one more each direction. Over and up. Down and rest when you finish there. Awesome. All right, we're moving into our squatting practice next. I'm going to show you using this post right here. You can also use a door frame. Hold on to the back of the chair, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you feel comfortable in your squat and just want to reach your arms out, that works too. Otherwise, set those feet about hip width apart, slight toe out. If it helps you to hold on, you can hang on. Sending the hips back, trying to get as deep as you're able, and then use the arms as much as you need or as little as you need to help pull yourself back up to standing. Nice, Diane. Knees push wide, hips sink back. Good. Great depth. Nice work, Shirley. You can pause in that bottom position. Also a great exercise to start to work on those small muscles of your pelvic floor. So see if you can kind of engage those little muscles that you would use if you had to go to the bathroom and you can't quite get there yet. Good. Feeling a little bird in those thighs. Sinking back and pulling tall. Maybe one or two more. Keeping those heels planted, knees pushing out nice and wide. Final time. And 2, 1, and shake it out. Awesome job. Alrighty, we worked the side step in our first part of the warm-up. Now we're gonna imagine that there's something that we need to step over sideways. So balance as needed, coming up and over. This also challenges your balance a little bit. Anytime you've got to go onto that one foot, draw the belly up and in. Hips as level as you can. Hands out to the side. Very nice. Step to the side, picking that foot up and all the way over. Just imagine you're trying to get in and out of the bathtub. Over and up. And we get good practice with Moose because he likes to stretch out and lay right in front of the doorways. Got to step up and over the dog. Real life, folks. Over and back. I guess we could make the dog move, but you know, sometimes you cater to the puppy. All right, one more time. 2, 1, and everybody rest. Nice work. Grab a drink of water. We're gonna take about 30 seconds, and then we'll be back to those deadlifts. The deadlift is an opportunity to kind of challenge your body with a little bit more strength training. So if you have 2 weights that you can hold on this second round, that's what I'm going to show is I'm going to hold 1 weight on each side of my body. So just like the first time, when I'm holding the weights on the sides of my body, I'm going to have my feet a little bit closer, squeezing those shoulders back, rock the hips back, drawing the stomach in. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to hold the belly in, squeezing the shoulders back. And now I bow forward at the hips, setting the hips back, controlling that weight right beside my ankles or right between my feet. Good. As I bow forward, I look down towards the floor. And then as I stand tall, I'm looking up and forward. You can imagine you have a string on the top of your head that's kind of expanding your body, pulling your head up towards the sky as you stand tall. Job. Breathing in, holding those shoulders back as strong as you can. Squeeze them back as you stand up. Excellent. Good, Diane. Down and up. You can also think about kind of rotating your palms forward as you stand tall. 2 to 3 more. Beautiful. Down and up. Nice job. Final time. Bowing forward, squeeze the back of the body, stand all the way up, and rest from there. Nice work. We did our windmills last time. We're still going to work that cross crawl, but now we're going to work the hand to the opposite thigh, and then depending upon your comfort, you can pick that leg up off the ground, reaching the hand towards the opposite leg. So straight arms, straight legs. If you don't feel comfortable to come onto that single leg, then just keep the feet on the ground and stick with that windmill pattern. Otherwise, you're picking the leg up, trying to make contact with the hand on that opposite thigh. Nice. Bow down a little bit or stay nice and tall and just touch that hand. Good. And do 1 more each side. And 2, 1, and take a rest. Excellent job. We do a little hip rock side to side. Round 2 of squatting coming up next. And then depending upon your comfort with the movement, if you want to hold some weights, you can squat with a little bit of weight. If you held on to the post last time, and maybe you want to squat to a chair this time, I'm going to show the squat to the bench. So set the feet about hip width apart. When you're ready, even if you're squatting down to the chair, same mechanics. I'm going to reach my arms out, push your knees wide as I send the hips back, and then as I stand tall, I'm going to rest the arms. Good. Back and up. So obviously, if you choose to squat to the chair, you're not going to get as deep as we move without it. So we want to not always squat to the chair. Sometimes it's a way to get a little bit more reps in. If it feels like a bit too much of a challenge to get down nice and deep, so you give your body a break. But I am going to encourage it on that third and final round. Sitting back, standing tall. Those of you that are squatting to the chair with me, try not to sit all the way down, rather try just to tap with your thighs and then pull yourself up. Good. Knees push out, sitting back, eyes looking up and forward. Good job, Diane. Final time. And rest. Alrighty. Short water break. And the option of that step over. Alrighty. So working after that water break, we're going to take 30 seconds practicing those step overs. So you can kind of coordinate the arms if you want, open the arms, close the arms, or take a full rest here. Circle through, bend them in. Nice. Open and close. Good. But if you are taking a little bit of a break here, maybe just move the arms, open the shoulders. You can do that from seated as well. Up and over, up and back. Good. 10 more seconds. Open and close. Excellent. Open, close. Final time. Over the step and coming back. Fantastic. All right, we'll take 30 seconds again until we come into our final round. If you're wearing the bands, go ahead and lift the air out, press those little nozzles. And then on this last round, if you want to come back to a single weight, we're going to do a little bit different this time. We're going to hold the weight in one hand, and we're going to work 30 seconds on one side of the body and then 30 seconds on the other side of the body. So when you're ready, maybe a little bit lighter weight than you used on the last round. You're going to hold it right between the legs, walk the feet out, checking with that lower abdomen, drawing the stomach in with that soft bend in the knees. I'm going to hinge forward, keeping it right against my legs, and then standing tall. Now, when we're holding weight on one side of the body, there's going to be a bit more of that tendency for you to shift your hips sideways. So I want you to focus in, draw the belly in, focus on setting those hips straight back as you bow down. Very good. Breathing in to lower, breathing out as you stand. One more on this side. And as you're standing tall, see if you can switch hands. Go ahead and hold that weight in the opposite hand. Shoulders back, and then when you're ready, same thing in that second arm. Down and stand. Hinge at the hips. I'm just coming to mid-shin on this one because I'm holding the weight sideways instead of vertical. The movement's the same, except now I'm holding on with one hand, bowing down, chin in, looking up and forward. Nice. Down and up. Final time. Hinge, stand, and rest. Nice work. All right, we're back to our cross crawl pattern. We're going to go knee to elbow this time. You can either do it standing or join me seated. So if you are seated, we're going to sit up nice and tall. Breathe in, bring those elbows to the side. Good, and then 2, 1, here we go. So we're going to either stand tall, nice and controlled. Good, Diane. We're sitting here, yep. Does challenge that balance for sure. Elbow comes across, knees drive up. Breathe in, breathe out, nice and smooth. Good, make sure you draw that belly in as you raise the knee up. One more on each side. When you finish that second side, go ahead and rest. All right, we've got that squatting practice to finish. If you feel up for it, if you need to take a break, then listen to the body. Otherwise, I'm going to stand it back up. And on this last round, again, I'm going to use the post because I'd like to see you get a little bit deeper, even if you only work for 30 seconds. So holding on as needed, feet about hip width apart, just a gentle toe out. And then when you're ready, keeping your eyes looking forward, holding on as much as you need as you send those hips back, and then really focus to push down through your feet as you drive yourself up. Breathing in, sitting back, Knees push wide and then pushing. Feel that force through the feet. Very good. Halfway through. Sitting down. Good. It really opens up through those hips and ankles. Sometimes when we're first moving into a deep squat, we feel like the Tin Man or the Tin Woman. It's like, man, my body hasn't gone there in a long time, but I have had the opportunity to work with multiple people that their aches and pains get better as they move that deeper range of motion. If you watch those little kids play, they're able to get down to that squat. So we want to reestablish that range of motion. And there's that minute. Nice work. All right, just the step overs left to finish out this circuit. So standing tall or sitting down if you want to take a break. So remember on this step overs, we're going to try to circle the arms as we step up and over, circle the arms as the other one comes back. So I open as I step over and I close the circle as I bring the other foot to match. Open and close. Good. Open and close the steps in. Nice. Drawing the belly in, eyes looking forward, lifting up. Good. Final time. Over and rest when you finish. Awesome job. All right. Let's grab a drink. That's 2 circuits done. Maybe that's a day for you. Energy might be a little bit lower after the holiday weekend, just depending upon how much you had going on. We do have some side plank work. We're going to be doing some elevated side planks, some snow angels. We're working with the band in our last circuit. So if you have like one of those long bands around, have it nearby. But first, we're going to come down to seated and do a couple of stretches. All right. So sitting up nice and tall, we're going to do our seated toe touch first. Draw the stomach in, hands on the thighs, and now you're going to slide the hands down, turn it towards the toes, drawing that chin in, and then breathe right into the center of your spine. On that exhale, see if your body wants to sink a little bit closer to the floor. 2 more breaths. On that next inhale, walking your way up your body, sitting up nice and tall. And then our second piece is a little bit more of a mobility piece for the mid-back. Take your left hand, set it on the inside of the knee, take your right hand behind the head. Sitting up tall, we're gonna breathe in, elbow comes towards that opposite knee. And then you're gonna breathe out, push into that left knee, turn your body looking over that right shoulder. Good, 4 more times, breathing in, bowing down. Sitting tall, turn the head and neck. Very good. Keeping that rotation through that mid-back and rib cage. Twice more. Down, up, and pivot. Good. Bowing forward, sitting tall, and rotate. Very nice. Get ready for the opposite side. Right hand rests on the inside of the right knee. Left hand draws behind the head. Draw that elbow back to begin. Sitting tall, breathing in, bowing forward. And then bowing, or not so much bowing, sitting tall and rotating. Good. Pause as you open, really pushing gently into that right knee. Down, up, and pivot. Good. Twice more. Final time. Excellent job. Alrighty, 1 more drink of water. And then if you're joining us for that 3rd circuit, we're gonna get started here in about 15 seconds. For the side plank, I'm gonna start by showing you off the post here. We're gonna just kind of come to standing, lean the hand into the post, and then you're gonna walk your feet just gently away so that you're really pushing through that arm. So let's go ahead and get everybody ready. As always, midline nice and strong, stomach in, reach that arm straight out, pushing through that shoulder, and then just ever so slightly walk the feet away from the wall. You want to think about pulling the hips away and pushing up out of the shoulder. The lower your hand is, the harder it's going to be, but I'd like to have it centered first. We're going to hold for 30 seconds. Keep the chest up as best you can. Try to squeeze those shoulders back as you hold. Nice, Diane. Good, Shirley. Final 10 seconds. Don't start to sink into that shoulder. Keeping that arm straight. That's pushing away from the wall. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. So that was my left side. Take note of which side you are on. In between arms, and we're going to pick up that band. Or you can just circle the arms like a standing snow angel. So if you have the band, we're going to take a nice relaxed grip on it. We're going to squeeze the bum as I raise those arms to overhead. And I'm just going to pull it wide and side bend a little bit. Isn't that nice? Feels good. Open that upper body, open those shoulders. It's a little smile as you move. Good, maybe a little rotation. Keeping a gentle bend in those knees, rotating your body side to side. Good, and go ahead and bring it down and take a rest. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna get ready for my right arm for the side plank, whichever arm that you're gonna use next, or whichever opposite what you did last. So I'm gonna come right next to the wall or the post, hand out to the side, leaning in, and I'm gonna inch my feet away, draw the belly in, and then keep that arm nice and straight. Here we go for 30. Looking up and forward. Good, keeping those eyes up, try to squeeze those shoulders back. Very good. Almost there. Might be a little bit off on my time. I kind of lost track of when we started, but we're close to 30 or maybe just a little bit over. Go ahead and rest. Sorry about that. Shake it out. Pretty close. And then what do we have next? I'm going to shake out those arms. We're going to take it into a behind the back stretch next. We're going to do those circuit one more time, but first a little bit more stretching for the behind the back stretch. I want you to walk your feet nice and wide. And if you're someone that you can't quite grab your hands behind you, you can use that band that you had and grab onto the band or a towel behind your back. From there, you want to make sure you don't arch the spine, draw the stomach in as you extend those arms, raise them up a bit. And if you want to go a little bit deeper into the stretch, you'll root down into those legs, send your hips back, and just gently raise the arms up above your torso. A couple nice deep breaths into your back, bowing that head down. Keep that stomach drawn in, holding strong to that lower spine. And when you're ready, coming back up to standing and release those arms. Excellent job. All right, we're gonna get ready for round 2. We're gonna be our second of 2 rounds. So this will be our last little bit. And then instead of being against the wall, if you want a bigger challenge, you could go against a tabletop, a countertop, or I'm gonna come down lower on my park bench here. So the lower the hand, the harder it's gonna be. If you want more of a challenge than you did the first round, look for a little bit lower surface. All right, starting here in 10 seconds. I'll make sure I keep an eye on the time this time. So left side for me, 2, 1, and here we go. Keeping that arm nice and straight, hips nice and level with the shoulders. Eyes up and forward. There we go. Feel the sides of the hips work just a little bit. We're halfway through. And by all means, if you ever feel like you're gonna fall out of this position, don't try to fight it. Step out earlier if you need. Otherwise, you have 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Making your way out of that position. Going back to that band for our shoulder openers. A little bit different than we did on round 1. We're gonna start similar. Feet nice and wide, stomach in. Take a nice relaxed grip on the band. We're gonna take it back up to overhead, and then you're gonna see about bringing that band down behind your head and then elevating up from there. So I bend it down, squeeze those shoulders back, and then eyes up and forward, down, pull those elbows back, and push up towards the sky. Good, open the shoulders, retracting them back, and raise up. Try to not arch the spine as you raise up. Good, couple more. Down, lift, down, final lift, and bring it down in front. Excellent. All righty. final side plank. I'm going to be on my right arm. I'm going to come back to this pose so I don't have to turn my back to you. Starting in about 10 seconds. Set my hand a little bit lower on the post. Walk those feet out. And 2, 1, here we go. Yep. So the hand that's away from the body, that shoulder will tend to roll forward. So just think eyes up, chest up, looking forward. Nice straight arm of the arm that's pushing away. We're over halfway. Belly draws in, hips raise up. 10 more seconds. Pushing and breathing. 2, 1, and all done there. Awesome work. Stepping out of it. Good job. Hard part's done. Go ahead and join me in the chair to finish. A little bit of cool down stretch to finish out here. I'm going to move you a little bit closer. You're okay, Moose. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and join me seated. I'm gonna pull these bands off. We're gonna do some stretches for the hips, through the shoulders, and our head and neck. So as you come to seated, feel free to start with a couple of shoulder rolls. So elevating those shoulders up and into the ears, start to rotate them back. You can add a little bit more of the arms with it. Breathing in as you elevate up, breathing out as you lower down. Fantastic. From here, we're going to start to move into the lower body. So make sure you're sitting right up on the edge of the chair. You're going to pick the one leg up off the ground, interlace the hands in front of the shin, and then sit tall as you squeeze those elbows back. And now we're going to try to cross the foot over the opposite knee. From here, reposition the hands on the outer part of the shin, or outer part of the thigh rather, and then hug that leg like you're trying to pull that knee towards the opposite side of your torso. Looking to get a nice opening for this outer hip. Great time, just close those eyes and breathe. One more breath. And release that side. Set that foot down, same thing on the other side. Lift it up, interlace those hands, and now open that mid back. Squeeze those shoulders back, pull those elbows in. Crossing that leg over as able. Slide the hand to the outer part of that knee, and then pull that knee towards the outer part of the body. Flying at us.
3 or 4 in the morning, they start going.
Oh yeah, they start early. Nice smooth breathing here. And go ahead and release. Nice job. Set that foot down. Now we're going to go to our spinal twist from seated with our shoulder rolls. So let's start right hand. Grab onto your left thigh. Left hand, come up to that left shoulder. Sit up as tall as you can. Pull into this thigh and turn your body so you look over your left shoulder. And now start to circle your elbow up and back, back and down. Keep turning that head. See how far you can look over that shoulder. As you breathe in, try to lengthen through the spine. And then as you breathe out, hold that length and slightly rotate a bit more. Couple more breaths. Fantastic. Release there. Let's return to that seated forward fold that we did earlier on in the session. Belly draws in, hands on the thighs, sliding down the shins, bow that head down, breathing into the back. Good one. So simple, but it feels so nice. When you're ready, coming back up to seated. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So sitting tall, you're going to look the opposite of me because I didn't do the opposite hand. So now it's going to be your left hand to the right thigh, right hand to the right shoulder. Grab onto that thigh, sitting tall, pull yourself around. And now we'll start to circle that right elbow up and back and down. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Very good. Be a couple more breaths. And release from there. Fantastic. All righty, next is going to be our apple picking. So set those feet just a little bit wider. Make sure you're nice and solid in your chair. Hands come up to the shoulders. And then when you're ready, we're going to think about reaching over the body, reaching for that imaginary apple tree, stretching that side body just a bit, opening through the shoulders. Breathing in as you reach long, breathing out, pull it back to the start. Breathing in, stretch it out. Breathing in, return to start. Good. Over and back. On these last few, instead of reaching out in front, so you can reach directly overhead. Maybe peering up to that hand, bringing it down as close to overhead as you can, turning that head and neck. And then down, one more each way. Lengthen and release. Lengthen, and release. Fantastic. All right, we're gonna finish with some love for that head and neck. Haven't done these too much very recently, so sit tall, draw the shoulders back. This is gonna show us too. You're gonna draw that chin and looking straight down towards the floor, chin to the chest. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. And then as you look up and forward, cross one hand underneath each collarbone. Gently draw your skin down as you look up towards the sky. So the front of the neck lengthen. Good. We're gonna do one more each direction. This time as you look down, if you want to use your fingertips ever so gently on top of the head. Good, and release there. And then one more time, looking up, hands underneath the collarbones. Chin, not chin, skin draws down, chin lifts up. Just be gentle here. And release from there. Nice. Next, we're going to try to lengthen out your traps just a little bit. If you can sit on that hand. Okay, if you don't have a cushion, you can draw that shoulder back and just turn the palm up and traction that hand down. From here, chin in. So if this is your left hand out to the side, you're going to bring the chin into the chest and then lower your chin over towards your right collarbone. And you can use the middle finger of your right hand, come to the left side of your head and just barely touch that left side. Give a little bit of a extra encouragement. Looking down, breathing smooth. And gently release. Good job. Same thing other side. So now the right shoulder, roll it back, either sitting on the palm of that right hand or turn the palm up and draw the shoulder down from your ear. Chin in, looking down to start, and then bring your chin to that left collarbone. Use the middle finger of that left hand on the upper right side of the skull. Just ever so gently, give a little bit more overpressure. Very gentle stretch in the back of the neck, side of the neck, and release from there. Very good. And then we'll finish here with some neck circles. Gently circling the head up and back and down. Just get about 3 circles in one direction and then we'll switch. Good. And when you're ready, gently circle the other way. Fantastic. Ooh, nice, smooth breathing. All right, everybody. Final breaths together, sitting up nice and tall. Go ahead and bring your hands together in front of your heart. As you breathe in, think about something positive, some kind of higher frequency emotion like some love and some gratitude. And as you breathe out, release any fear, tension, concern. Good. Just a gentle smile as you breathe in some harmony. Breathe out the worry. Good. One more time. Feel free to close those eyes. Breathe in nice and deep. Expand your body. And then release it all down. Relax those shoulders down out of the ears. Fantastic. All right, everyone, give yourself a round of applause. Thanks so much for moving with us today. I thank you. Your body especially thanks you. Hopefully your mind thanks you as well. All right, finish any water that you still have there with you. Keep yourself moving even when you're not here in classes. And remember, life is meant to be enjoyed. We'll see you next time.